Hello everyone and welcome to the Brown Critic Gayatri Majumdar YouTube channel. I am Gopal Lahiri. We are starting a series of poetry reading by Kolkata-based poets. Thanks to Gayatri Majumdar for inviting me to curate the poetry reading series. You know, Kolkata is a city of multilingual poets and writers writing in Bengali, in English, Hindi, Urdu, and so on and so forth. We are inviting here those Kolkata-based poets who writes in English. Kolkata, as we all know, is always a home to all the poets and writers. From beginning to end, a backdrop and inspiration for their works. It's a place of promise despite the many hurdles that the commoners face day to day. The city has a unique ability to connect them to a larger vision of shared humanity, revealing history and heritage while granting insight into distinct values and condition of the past. It is undeniably a city of poets. The city is a perfect metaphor for its spiritual condition, its beautiful heritage, its furious rhythm, its geometry and anguish. Let's listen to the poets.
Hello, I'm Naina Dey from Kolkata, India. I will be reading from my poetry volumes, Snapshots from Space and Other Poems, and Homing Pigeons and Sundry Stuff. The first poem is titled Homing Pigeons. Soon they will come in, the homing pigeons, circling overhead before alighting, clapping wings into dark hole coops, a wobbly walk. After a minute, they will disappear as the sky gets heavier and the lights come on. Soon there will be a sizzling pan scraped of non-stick coat, double egg omelets and sugared toast. The heat will thicken, the blouse moist, stuck fast to skin, jagged shells in open bin, nauseating. I wonder what they do, these pigeons inside their coop. Make omelets, perhaps? While I wish I had wings that clapped even for a day. The Goddess and the Tramp. The nameless tree stood cringing under the molten sun, its thick leaves white with dust. The ground burns, singeing the goddess's toes. The tatters of her once resplendent garment gleam garishly, crumbling visage exposing clay and straw, one eye a hollowed sparrow's nest, limbs coming askew, standing abandoned, having served her purpose of wish fulfillment, a forgotten plaything used and abused by empty devotion. Still she smiles benignly, the remaining eye wide and radiant, at the half-crazed tramp snoring at her feet below. Mad woman dancing. She stands in the midst straight as a pole, forefinger on wrinkled lips, her brows knitted to a frown, as if to school the audacious multitudes that circle about her frenzied, oblivious of her presence. She directs the bustling, hooting traffic, brandishing her stick under the merciless summer sun, without sign of fatigue, as traffic policemen fan themselves in the shade of wayside stalls. Behold her, a jacques waxing eloquent over nothing, as nothingness engulfs her. Today she wears a garland of decayed marigold, a wilting marigold in her hair, streaming down to her waist, half floating in the humid breeze. She delicately lifts the pallu of her soiled, printed sari, poised to begin. And lo, she begins to dance, her right foot tapping at first, to a rhythm made for herself only, the vibration passing through her like wildfire, until it becomes one great ecstasy, impossible for her to control, and she will not control. She flings her arms to the skies, her lips bursting into a song. She begins to dance, the dance of the peacock, presaging thunder and rain. O love, I saw you last night in a sudden dream. Was it a garden party or an open air show? You came with someone I didn't know and didn't bother to like. I noticed you wore your curly hair long, tied at the back with a band, fastened with clips. You had even aged somewhat, but smiled the same smile. I hid behind the chairs and flower pots, my eyes following you among the bubbling crowd. For I didn't want you to see me, to raise your hand to say hi, to shatter the magic of childhood infatuation, of dissolving whispers and kisses. All I wanted was to taste you with my eyes, to love you with all your faults and your bad hairstyle, made heady by the vintage of old love made new. The next poems that I'm going to read are a series of micro poems on COVID times. It is as if a gigantic wave is moving towards us, she said, trying to fix a leaking tap. The curfew nodded in agreement. In a queue, a meter apart, you pretend ignorance, love lost over the last loaf. I wash and scrub till my nail polish flicks. The maid waits for her month's pay. My appetite grows with the lockdown, craving pastries and pies from shops behind closed shutters. The curfew gloats, watching me cook. We swallow charred curry and rice. It is a good time to hide behind emojis of fake emotions. I count the biscuits and count them again. Should I have half or full? I go out to buy hand wash and return with semolina and shampoo. The rain fell soaking the park. For once, the children were happy missing playtime. Under the bed, the jar of beads waits to be found during lockdown. Strange that we all wear masks nowadays over old ones. I am going to conclude with a poem titled Love During COVID-19. Let me imagine the end of the world, monuments falling, and you and me running, beautifully disheveled in denim, past screaming people, cars crashing, until we enter a blasted street to steal a kiss. Let me imagine men and women gasping for breath, ourselves bruised and shaken in the right proportion, an empty house, hot bath, bed, wine and candles, for us only, like in the films. As I stand a meter apart, masked and gloved, I despair for the last pouch of milk, thinking about next day's meal, fish or not, while you forage for you and yours in the wilderness of social distancing. Love is for TV in good times and fake apocalypses. Thank you.
Well, hello there. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching this video on our Brown Critic channel. We'd really appreciate and really love it if you watched all our other videos and liked them. Make sure to subscribe to the channel as well. Stay well, take care of yourself, and until the next time, bye for now.